Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Nice to be here with you guys. And I want to welcome you guys today to the One TV, the Worldwide United Network. We are a broadcasting network, and our goal is to be the first Facebook Live channel where we are having shows 24/7, where you can tune in at any time and there is a show. Okay, so we've been at this since January and we are popping. So if you yourself have a show title that's or have any ideas about a show that is here for human consciousness to expand it somehow, whether it's through comedy, whether it's through health, in any creative endeavor, please send us a message and let us know. Let's link up, let's hook up, let's do it. So anyway, I want to welcome you guys to episode 4 of Get Your Life with April Bassetti, America's favorite life coach. I am the owner and founder of You Thrive Coaching, which is my coaching practice. And today is another exciting topic. I'm super excited. Okay, so last week we talked about self-belief, and the story that you tell yourself, which contributes to your manifestations. So today we are talking about another very important topic, which is love. Love is so special. We all need love. We're wired as humans to receive love. You can't live life without love. You need it. It's the foundations to this thing we call life. It's the key to success. It's the key to not just living, but being alive, right? And so today what I want to talk about is the common thread of problems that we encounter on this love journey, because it is it's definitely a journey, So a lot of things that I'm going to talk about seem kind of like 1, 2, 3, ABC. But our problem is, for most of us, is that we forget about the foundations of things. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do is get us back to that foundation and create or give you guys some simple things that you can do to help you work on your challenges with love, whatever they are, I'm sorry. So we're going to be discussing 3 major problem areas that people have. And I, for one, think that it's like booming, okay? Because these problems are so common that I am on that journey myself and continue to be. And I think that we are all on that journey and will continue to be. So let's get to it. The first one is being able to receive love. Okay? Listen to me now. Being able to receive love when you yourself are not in the moment loving yourself. Okay? That's a tough one. And then on top of that, letting in the lovins, okay? Letting in the love when you feel like love has just done you dirty, like it has hurt you. It is your worst enemy. So when you are coming from that point of perception, how are you able to let love in? You don't like it. Hey, Medina. And so 3, we're going to talk about, because on your process of trying to heal from hurt, we tend to have a difficulty, okay, because we are on guard, okay, we are on self-protection mode. We tend to have a disability with saying to others, I love you, okay, because we kind of scared, so like as children, the ideal, I'm saying what is ideal for most of us. I'm not saying that this is your situation. I'm not saying it's mine. I'm not saying it's anybody's situation. But the common ideal of what parents are supposed to be for us when we're coming up, which is a space when we're not, when we're hurting, when we're sad, when we're overwhelmed. You go to your parents, for that love, warmth, comfort. Ideally, that's what they are supposed to be. And so that kind of sets the marker for us. Hey, Noel. So that sets the marker for us in our relationships, regardless of what type of relationship it is. We tend to look for safety, warmth, and love, when you're stressed out, when you're hurt, when you're angry. And when you're in most of these states, to be honest, you can lose confidence. You yourself feel unloved. You know what I'm saying? So, we tend to be super hard on ourselves. And when we're that hard on ourselves, the problem with that is that you can only take in the love that to the extent that you have it for yourself, if that makes sense. So, for instance, if your partner or your loved one, we're going to say loved ones, if your loved one is telling you, like, I love you so much, you're a great person, hey, Nita, you're not feeling good about that. Why? Because the story that you're telling yourself is that you're not worthy of love, and you kind of don't want it right now. You know what I'm saying? Your confidence is through the roof. Life is kicking your butt. Love has kicked your butt. It's painful. So what that does is it creates a cognitive dissonance, So it's like your partner is telling you this, but because you don't believe it, it doesn't feel right, if that makes sense. So maybe let me use another example. So I had a girlfriend, I love to say beautiful. I'd say, hey, beautiful, how are you doing? Blase splee. And every time I called her beautiful, it made her super uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what is the deal with that? And then when you get to the bottom of it, she really didn't feel like she was beautiful. So it created a dissonance in her because it was contrary. What she was hearing was contrary to what she was actually feeling. So that happens to us a lot on this love journey. So another thing is, and I thought this too myself, is that maybe we shouldn't be getting into relationships until we are at a certain level of self-love. You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of, we know that like attracts like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, guys, we are here to learn lessons. So in your journey of having relationships, right, you and other people are going to create situations for you to learn from and to develop this love sensation for yourself and other people, okay? So it's definitely not the way to go to avoid love because you yourself are feeling not lovable. Your interactions with people will start to show you how to love yourself and contribute to your love of self and self-worth, okay? So, and to remember that we are all teachers. Everybody in your life and the lives that you are in, you're a teacher and you're a student. We're all teachers and students, okay? So we are meant to learn from each other, okay? So let's have an example, okay? Because there are certain ways, that we got to program our brains when we're at these low points, So let's just say you have had the worst day of your life. Okay. your day was so bad. You were just like, this ish just can't get any worse. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, maybe I should just jump off a building and end it now, okay? Because this day was that bad. And so, you get around your loved ones and, your loved one is just doing what they normally do. Like, hey, how are you? How was your day? And you're like, you ain't even got no words. You just start bawling. You know what I'm saying? You're crying because your day is so bad. So I'm going to give you, there are 3 options that I chose to talk about today on how to handle that situation. So 1, do you push them away just because at the moment you don't feel worthy of love, right? So now if you do that, then what ends up happening is both of you and your loved one feel isolated at that moment, right? And then so what most of us do, because a lot of us are people pleasers, you know what I'm saying? So even in your moments of your spirals sometimes, we just want to make other people feel good, So then you end up giving that person a hug just to appease them and how they're feeling. And then what ends up happening, and then while you're doing that, you're kind of just still in this negative thoughts about yourself. And, because of course you're blaming the bad day on yourself. You're super down. And then so what you do is you hug the person anyway. And so what that does is kind of creates, what is the word that I'm looking for? You kind of, you build a level of deception, right? Because you're lying. You know what I'm saying? You're not feeding your need. And if you watched last week's episode, what we talked about was your feelings being in an antenna, right? And your feelings tell you when you're in alignment with self and spirit, right? So when you're doing stuff that's out of alignment, and then you're kind of putting on this front, with your loved ones, we kind of train them on how to treat us. So, when you continuously do these actions that are not appeasing to you, but you're just trying to please the other person, what ends up happening is you do create a form of deception, a kind of form of delusion, okay? So now the third option is to totally just give the person a hug and say, you know what? Like, I've had the worst day of my life, but guess what? This mofo right here still loves me. In the midst of all these dark emotions and feelings, and I didn't beat myself up, honey. I didn't ran myself over with the car, reversed. You know what I'm saying? Put it back in drive, reversed again. You know what I'm saying? I had beat myself up, and this person still loves me. So that, of course, none of what I just said is the wrong way to do it, because as I said, our problems are nothing but learning experiences, right? So at the end of the day, you're gonna get there, But the third response is more favorable. You're not denying yourself. You're not lying to yourself. You're not deceiving yourself or anyone else. You're honoring where you are at the moment. I had an effed up day. I'm not feeling good, but this person is giving me love, and they still love me. So in that tone, you are, even though, you are receiving love, even though you yourself are not necessarily giving yourself the love that you need at that moment, right? So, what I want you guys to do is I'm gonna say a series of statements, because this self-critical thing, and I talked about this last week, which is your self-belief. It is so important because it is at the driver's seat of your life, and we do not pay attention a lot of times to our thoughts. We are not spectators, and we need to become spectators, right? So I cannot stress that enough, your thoughts about yourself, okay? So here we're talking about love. So your thoughts about love and the love that you have for yourself are super important, okay? So what I want you guys to pick up from me and all of my talks, all of my episodes, is the fact that you can rewire and reprogram your brain, okay? So you're going to hear a statement come from me a lot, okay? And that statement is called reframing, because that's how we're going to freaking change our thoughts slowly but surely, okay? Little steps make huge changes. We're always ready to jump right in and skip the basics, skip the fundamentals, okay? This is the fundamental, okay? So what I am going to take the time to do, I don't care how simple you think this is and blah, 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 but what I am going to take the time to do is to give you guys some statements, okay, some terrible critical statements, and then what we're going to do is reframe these statements, okay? So, let's start with this one. I am such a loser. I'm not where I want to be in life, okay? So because I'm not where I want to be, no one should love me. Okay, and how about this one? Because this one, especially with women, yes. Especially with women, we have this going on a lot. Even, the finest women on the planet. Beyonce has, issues with her self-image, with her looks. We all do. Okay, so this one is, I'm so unattractive. I'm ugly. I'm fat. I got a big nose. Why should anyone love me? Or this one, I've said this one too, it's pretty bad. I'm dumb. Like, I'm not a smart person. Why should anybody be interested in anything I have to say, let alone me? Okay? And then this is also another one that I've told myself too. I'm too emotionally unstable. I'm too emotionally unstable. Who's gonna love me? Or I've heard this one from a lot of guys too. Like, I'm a bad person. I've done a lot of bad things in life. So you shouldn't love me because I'm a bad person. Right? I've heard that one several times. And then you have the bossy person, stubborn, stuck in their ways. And I love this because, especially with clients or people that I'm talking to, their argument with these critical thoughts and why they hold on to these negative ass thoughts is because it's real. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? So they're the ones that are kind of like, I know that I'm unlovable, okay? And no one can tell me otherwise because I just know it. So out of all those thoughts, right, I know that we have had some of them. And so, like, on your own time, make a list for yourself about what thoughts that you have about your deservability for love, okay? And then you want to reframe them, like I said. So I'm going to give you some examples. We're going to do the first three. So the first one was, I'm a loser. I'm not where I want to be in life. No one should love me. So a reframe to that would be, I set the bar really high for myself. So I have set goals. So now I have to learn how to set goals with realistic time constraints. Someone that I know, someone that I love has these qualities and can teach me how to balance them out. So that's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's so less critical. And it even feels better to say that. It's like, And then, okay, so this one is my favorite. So I'm so unattractive. I'm ugly. I'm fat. I have a big nose. Why should anyone love me? The reframe for that is there is someone for everyone. And if you're petty like me, I'm just throwing this in here. If you're petty like me, you're like, I've seen plenty of ugly people and they are with someone. So you would say to self, there is someone for everyone. The people who are meant to be in my life will be attracted to me, okay? Therefore, I am lovable. Okay, so one more, and I like this one too. The I'm dumb, I'm not smart. Why would anyone be interested in anything I have to say, let alone love me? So the way to reframe that would be, I am a unique thinker. And I am a unique person, which is very uncommon to the people that I currently know. So I will have fun researching the topics that I'm interested in and sharing my findings. And on the way to doing that, I will start to attract people that are interested in the same thing. And they will love me because I'm so unique. And I will love myself and appreciate myself because I am unique. I'm not like everyone else. So those are some examples of reprogramming the brain. And I cannot stress to you guys, I'm like about to burst or something because this is like so important. And on my journey, this has freaking like saved my life, you know? Especially like I was telling you guys in my first episode when I was younger, I went through bouts of depression. And so I literally, when I got about the cuss, when I got mad about my situation and being stuck in that depression, you know, and I really started watching my thoughts, reframing literally changed my life in the fact that it changed my level of perception. And when you guys listen to the statements that I made, you listen to the first one and then you listen to the reframe, it felt a lot better. Did it not? Like it feels a lot better and it opens up your perception. And like I said, I just can't stress that enough. And then, like, we are creators, right? So you attract your thoughts. You attract what you are thinking about, my loves. So if you are thinking that I am not worthy of love, I'm too dumb, like I keep making these stupid mistakes, like, oh my God, then you're going to keep attracting situations to you where you feel unintelligent, where you feel like, you know, there's so many problems and you keep making all these mistakes. You're going to keep attracting that. You know what I'm saying? But if you reframe it to, you know, I'm not stupid. My interests are like literally different from others. You know what I'm saying? Like I go against the grain. I'm not sitting here studying, what's a good one? How to be a lawyer, because everybody in my family was a lawyer. They all want, you know what I mean? So to them, you know, you might feel dumb because they get to talking all this lawyer jargon and crap. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, when you're around them, you feel dumb, but it's not for you to feel dumb because that's not what you're interested in. You know what I'm saying? You're interested in something totally different. So there is a uniqueness about you. So delve in and do your research on that. And then you'll find someone or some persons, you know, to delve in and have these conversations with, and you'll feel more intelligent, you'll feel more alive, you know, and having these conversations. I'm talking so much, y'all. I'm gonna run out of time, so we're probably gonna do a part 2 to this, because let me tell y'all, I got like so many notes. Okay, so I do want to touch on, because this is like very sensitive, I do want to touch on, sorry, I had a phone call. I do want to touch on love when you've been hurt, because that's an issue, okay? When we get hurt, we freaking... So as humans, the natural thing to do is to avoid pain as much as possible, right? But the thing about that is, and that's cool, right? Because that helps us survive sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But the deal with that is that we need to create a balance, okay? Because what happens is not only are we running and dipping and dodging from pain, okay, but we are running and dipping and dodging from things that we think are going to be painful. Remember when I talked about your point of perception, right? So if you're always thinking pain, you're going to attract it. So if you're running from things that you think are, you know what I'm saying, then we're not learning, we're not evolving. And so my goal for you and us is that we create a balance. You know what I'm saying? And so in creating that balance, you're not going to run from things that you feel might potentially bring you pain. So like, I'm going to talk about myself personally. Okay. So my thing is I have a zero tolerance for cheating. Okay. I can't do it. I can't. I'm not one of them chicks that's going to forgive you. You know, like you cheat, I'm good. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. And so let's say I got cheated on. And so I'm in I'm spiraling down. I'm like, F love, my heart is broken. It's stepped on, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm so caught up in that when I meet someone else, you know what I'm saying? I'm closed off. I'm protective. I'm not feeling safe. Because I don't want to open myself back up to that hurt. And so when we don't take the risk, we're not letting love in. And then what happens? You can miss an opportunity. I mean, don't get me twisted. Everything is done in the perfect time. You know what I'm saying? But as humans, we want to take the quicker route. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go straight instead of making U-turns. So let's stop making U-turns. You know what I'm saying? And so just know that when you've experienced these deep levels of hurt, sometimes to the point to where they have turned into traumas. Okay? We got to go back to what I said from the beginning, which is to ask yourself 1,000 questions, okay? Pretend like you are interviewing yourself in the midst of all the damn tears and the hurt. And, some of us go way dark. We get bottles and we get intoxicated and, all that crap. In the midst of all of that, you asked yourself, what am I to learn from this? What was I giving off that attracted that person? What were the beliefs that I had about love? And speak your truth. Speak it to yourself. Say these answers for real, for real. Answer these questions for real, because then you're going to get to the bottom line, right? And then so instead of looking at these new relationships as another way to be hurt, you can look at them as a clear canvas and a way to start all over again, right? And then to practice this new you. You know what I'm saying? To practice these new beliefs out, to see the magic in what you can manifest behind your thoughts, right? So I have so much more to say, you guys. We are definitely going to do a part 2. I feel that this is the subject that rules the world. We need love. I see all you guys. Danny, is that you? Auntie, is that you? I see you guys. Noelle, Nita, I love you guys. But real quick before I stop, we are going to have a part 2. But I really want to say this because this was key to me and my journey about love, is that there's different types of love. Okay. And real quick, shout out to Ami. If you guys want to go check out her show, it was on Valentine's Day. She got into a definition. I think it was the Greek definition of the different types of love. And that shit, I mean, that ish was profound. Okay. But on my journey, what I realized is that there are different types of love. And so I was not able in my mind, because I had that block, thinking that love is like this sacred thing, right? And it's like this elite club that only few can get in. You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking and you're thinking of it like that, that kind of closes off your opportunities for love. And so when I looked at it as there are different types of love, like a mother, the way she loves her child is different from the way she loves her best friend. You know what I'm saying? The way that you love, you have brotherly love, you know what I'm saying? Just because you're a human, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And the way you love your fur baby is totally different. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, it's still love. So when you open up your definition, when you open up your perceptions of what love is, you can have it from so many freaking different levels. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. And those people that know me know that I have walked this journey. Okay, because I've been a snob with the lovins. Okay, in my past, like, no, you don't get none of this lovins. And so now that I've opened my mind and I've opened my perceptions, I'm telling you, it's love from everywhere. I see it everywhere. It warms my heart. It makes me dance. It makes me goofy. It makes me corny. It makes me weird. You know, all those beautiful words that make you feel vibrant on the inside, that make you feel like you are not just here living, but you are alive. That's what love does for you. It makes you feel alive. Okay? So I think that is the perfect place to end this. And I love you guys. So now you know when I say I love you, I mean it. I mean it. So I will see you guys. Actually, if you just are so in love with my voice, okay, I am doing another show tonight. I am on a takeover, okay, the month of March. My friend has a show. It's called Fitness to a T. And she is from Australia. So we will have some people from Australia up in this joint. Okay, that's how we doing it over here at the One TV. Okay, that's how we doing it. So tune in tonight, 7 p.m. West Coast time. If you're in my time, that'll be 9 o'clock. We're going to be talking about diets. Yeah. Okay. So I love you guys. I want you guys to have a miraculously fabulous effing day. Okay. Enjoy it. And I will see you guys soon. All right. Bye.